Yeah. So what we are discussing? So we are discussing about the Linux guys. So master program on Linux administration. So by Hari. So myself Hari. I have a 12 plus years of experience, guys. So yeah, myself Hari Cheriko. I'm a DevOps consultant and solution architect. Over 12 plus years of industry experience as a real-time trainer. And I done few certifications, guys. I am a certified ITL certified engineer. I am a Red Hat certified engineer, and I am a Red Hat certified Linux so Linux engineer RC. And I done the AWS certified solution architect, and I am a certified Kubernetes administrator, guys. Yeah. So it's our first meetup, guys. You all are welcome. This course is for complete Linux administration. So I have actually broken down into entire course in 10 different modules. So finally we'll discuss about the resume preparation and the interview guidance also. Okay. So what are the prerequisites to learn a Linux course, guys? What are the prerequisites? So there is no specific prerequisites. Anybody who is passionate to kickstart their career as a Linux engineer can attend this program, or so everyone you are develop so so you want to start a career as a or as a developer or a QA engineer. So nowadays most of the team, most of the members are need to know the Linux, because so Linux is the funda. So all the production servers, all the deployment servers, all the servers will be the applications will be deployed on the Linux machines only. So the programming knowledge is not mandatory for this course. Graduates, undergraduates, backend developers, web developers, non-IT background people also can attend this Master Linux program. So the course covers everything about the Linux from scratch. There is no career experience required. So they just to reach your goals and dreams. So a computer with the latest 8 GB RAM is enough, guys, to learn. So these codes. Right. So syllabus overview we already discussed and we already shared within. So shared with you, right, guys? So the syllabus. Yeah, I will show you that syllabus. Sorry. Yeah. So this is the syllabus, guys. I already discussed, right? That modules. So what is Unix, Linux with shell scripting? So understanding the Linux concepts. What is Linux? Why Linux? What is OS? We'll discuss, and we'll discuss about the data centers and download and install, configure VirtualBox, and how to install the OS. Okay. So system access and file systems. We'll discuss about the system access and the file systems and the Linux fundamentals of the basic commands and so file processing tools and okay, so Linux system administrator will discuss about, and the sixth module is will discuss about the scale scripting. And the seventh module we discussed about the networking, servers, and system updates. Guys, so disk management and run levels we discuss about this. So this is the course content, guys. So we will cover this course in 30 days here. So I will share. Yeah. So what this guys, the master program on Linux administration. Okay, so this is the master program on Linux administration, and the duration is 30 days, guys. The duration is 30 days, and the timings are 6 p.m. to 6 to 7 p.m., guys. Okay, so trainer, so trainer Mr. Hari having 12 plus years of experience. So, okay. Understood. So we will cover, so we will provide the class timings from Monday to Friday, guys, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And so in this course, we will cover the all the Linux administration activities who are done, and will provide you the recordings also, guys. Okay. So yeah. So Yeah. So before going to discussion, first of all, what is operating system means? What is operating system? Does anyone knows what is operating system? Guys, does anyone knows what is operating system? Guys, does anyone knows? Speak out, guys. Does anyone knows what is operating system?
It is an
It's a
interface between
software.
user and computer hardware.
It is the interface between.
User and computer hardware.
Very good, very good, guys. So what is operating system? Ashwin, Kavita. Okay, I will tell you. No worries. So what this is, guys? This is a operating system. Okay. So what this is? This is the operating system. So in our laptop, which laptops are you using, guys? So which laptops are you using? For example, HP, Dell, or Lenovo. So for example, these are the hardwares you are using. In the hardware, so which OS is installed, guys? For example, Windows 11. So this is a OS, right? So this is you. So this is you, and you are directly communicating with the hardware. No, you are directly. We are unable to communicate with the hardware directly. No, because of I will tell you what is a OS. OS. So what is OS? Something like you are using a Dell, HP, or Lenovo laptops, guys. Laptops or desktop, whatever it may be. You are using a hardware. What this is? This is called as a hardware. So this is called as a hardware or a computer. So this is called it as a you guys. This is called it as a you. So this is called as a user. What this is? This is a user. So user and the hardware. Guys, so hardware knows which language? Guys, hardware knows which language? Guys, does anyone knows hardware knows which language? A binary language. Okay. So binary means what is binary? Zeros and ones. What is that? Zeros and ones, right? Zeros are binary language. It's a zeros and one. Computer knows only your hardware knows only zeros and ones. So user knows which language, guys. For example, English language. English means high level language. So English language means high level language. For example, in our so readable format. So English language. So a user knows which English language and hardware knows only binary language. Right. So are you able to communicate with each other? Because of hardware knows only binary language and user knows only high level language. Right. Is there any possibility to communicate with each other? No. User knows only English language and hardware knows only binary language. Right. We need a mediator. So for example, who is this? This is Kavita. Kavita knows only Telugu language. Which language knows? Only Telugu language knows. And Kavita, Ashwin knows only Hindi language. Guys, only Hindi language. Is there any possibility to communicate with each other? Is there any possibility to communicate with each other? Because of so Kavita knows only Telugu language and Ashwin knows only Hindi language. So right, so Kavita wants to convey a message to the Ashwin. So Ashwin want to convey a message to the Kavita. But so Ashwin knows only Hindi language and Kavita knows only Telugu language. So who need, guys? Who need, guys? We need a mediator. Who is need, guys? Who is a mediator? Mediator knows both the languages. Both the languages. Who is this guy? Is a mediator. Who is this? Who is this? So Hari is the mediator. So Hari is the mediator and Hari knows both the languages, right? So whatever Kavita want to convey a message to Ashwin, so she will inform to the Hari. Hari translate that from Telugu to Hindi and so inform it to the Ashwin. Same like as a whatever Ashwin, right? The same way. What is the OS, guys? Here you see. So OS knows both the languages. OS knows both the languages. So what are the languages? So binary and the English language. So binary language and English language. So whatever the user uh, convey a message, for example, small a, OS took that and translated to binary language 101010 same like. So whatever the computer will give it to the OS will convey and give it to the user. Guys, understood? So user knows only high level language means English language and the computer knows only binary language. Now you understood, right, guys? So why we need a OS on our machine? Why we need a OS on our hardware? Now you understood? Because of hardware knows only binary language and you knows only English language. So you both are unable to communicate with each other. That's the reason we need a OS, Windows 11 or whatever it may be. So right. So now you understood the what is the OS. Guys, what is OS? I will tell you simple meaning. It's a mediator between. It's a mediator between user and computer. It's a mediator between user and computer. Guys, understood? So this is nothing but a OS. This is nothing but a operating system. Guys, yeah. So maybe which mobiles are you using, guys? Which hardware mobiles are you using? Guys, which hardware mobiles are you using? Oppo, OnePlus, Samsung, iPhone, right, guys? So you are using, for example, this is OnePlus. What this is? So this is a OnePlus. So this is a OnePlus hardware. Okay, so this is you. So this is the hardware, right? Again, hardware knows only binary language. You knows only high level language, English language. So you both are unable to communicate with each other, right? We need a OS. Who is that OS? The OS is Android. What is that, guys? The OS is Android. OS is Android. So if you install the Android OS, then only we can communicate with this hardware, either OnePlus, Oppo, Samsung, whatever it may be. Okay, the same like way. So in our home, you are using the Wi-Fi routers. In our home, you are using the Wi-Fi routers. So which Wi-Fi routers are you using, guys? So which Wi-Fi router is using? For example, Beam or Act. Which router? Act is using. Act you are using. But so after installation, you are changing the username, Wi-Fi username and password, right? So how you are changing your Wi-Fi username and password? So Wi-Fi username and password. So you changed the Wi-Fi username and password, right? How you changed the Wi-Fi username and password? So because this is a hardware, hardware. So again, you need to interact with this OS. Definitely, we need a OS. We need a OS, guys. So from now onwards, so what you guys can remember. So if you are interacting with any hardware, if you are interacting with any YouTube video game, everything, guys. So if you are interacting with any hardware, definitely there will be a OS is installed. Definitely there will be a OS is installed. Guys, understood? So what is OS? So OS is it's a mediator between user and computer. So OS knows both the languages, binary and English language. So hardware knows only binary language, user knows only high level language. So we are unable to communicate with each other. That's the reason we need a OS. Right? So then types of OSs. So how many types of OSs we have, guys?
Three types of OS.
Types of types of operating system. Guys, how many types of operating systems are there?
Three types.
Three types. Very good. So how many types of operating systems we have? Three types of operating systems, right? So we have two types of operating systems. So how many types of operating systems? So we have two types of operating systems. So one is single user operating system. What is it? Single user operating system and multi-user operating system. Multi-user operating system. Guys, can you tell me the example of single user operating system and multi-user operating system? So does anyone
MS
knows
DOS.
single? Sorry.
MS DOS is single user operating system. MS DOS.
Okay. So do you have a laptop, Abhishek?
Sir,
Abhi.
presently I'm not having. I have joined from mobile.
Yeah, yeah. So you have the laptop or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So which laptop are you using?
Sir, Windows laptop means HP.
HP laptop. Very good. So which OS is installed on that laptop?
Windows
Windows. Windows is the flavor. Version. What is the version?
11.
11. Very good. Right. Yeah. So in your HP laptop, how many users so will connect at a time? So how many users
One.
are using only one, right? So now you understood the single
Yes, sir.
user operating system. So single user operating system means so we can connect only one user at a time and operate it. So that is nothing but a single user operating system. Okay. So single user operating system. So what are the so that yeah. So what are the hardware companies that developed for the single user purpose? So Dell, HP, Dell Latitude. Okay. So Dell Latitude, HP, Lenovo. What is that? HP, Lenovo, HP, Asus, Compaq. These all are the single user operating system supported hardware. So what are the single user operating systems, guys? Does anyone knows? Windows 11, Windows 10, Windows 8, Windows Vista, Windows, Windows 7, Windows XP. What is Windows XP? These all are the single user operating systems. Guys, who developed the Windows? Who invented, who developed, who created the Windows operating system? Does anyone knows? So who developed the Windows operating system? Which company?
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Very, very good. So Microsoft. So Microsoft company created two types of OSs. What is that? So Microsoft company created two types of OSs. So one is for single user operating system and the another one is for multi-user operating system. Okay. So multi-user operating system. So multi-user operating system is nothing but we can connect multiple users at a time. So right. So you already understood the hardware, right? So the hardware. So what are the hardware? Dell Latitude 540. So what this is? So this is a single user operating system. So only one people can connect at a time. So what is multi-user operating system? Hardware companies also designed two types of hardwares. One is for single user operating system and another one is for multi-user operating system. So multi-user operating system means we can connect multiple people at a time. So we can connect multiple people at a time. So what is that? For example, Dell PowerEdge R710. Guys understood? Yeah. So what are the servers? Dell Latitude, Dell PowerEdge R710. So guys understood? So these all are the server hardware. What this is? So this is a server hardware. Guys understood? So for example, this is the Dell Latitude. What is that? So Dell PowerEdge R710. So this is the hardware server. What is this guys? So this is the hardware server. Right. So Microsoft companies created two types of OSs. One is for single user operating system. The other one is for multi-user operating system. So what is the multi-user operating system? So developed by the Microsoft Windows Server 2018, Windows Server 2012, Windows Server 2008, like that, and etc. So right. So what is that, guys? Linux. What is that, guys? Linux OS is popular for multi-user operating system. What is that, guys? So Linux is a popular for the multi-user operating system. Guys, now you understood? So which OS? Linux is the a single user operating system or a multi-user operating system? Guys, OS is a single user operating system or a multi-user operating system? So Linux is the multi-user operating system. Okay. So Linux is the multi-user operating system. Now you understood the Linux. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So Linux is a multi-user operating system. So Linux is the multi-user operating system. Guys, understood. Yeah. So who developed the Linux operating system?
Linus Torvalds.
Yes. Who is? Yeah, very good. Who is? Guys, who is that? That is correct only.
Linus
Yeah.
Torvalds.
Yes, very good. In 1991, who is that? Linus. So Linus Torvald in 1991, he studied in one of the university and his mentor is asking to create a new OS based on the Unix OS. Based on the Unix OS, he asked to create a new OS. He asked to create a new OS. Then he created a OS called as a Minix OS. Okay. So what is that OS? Minix OS. So Minix OS having some drawbacks. So this OS is developed based on Unix OS. But Minix having some drawbacks, something like there is no network, right? Some drawbacks. He overcome those drawbacks and created a new OS. He overcome those drawbacks and created a new OS. So what is that OS, guys? The OS is called as a something like new OS. So he is thinking to put the new name for this OS. What is that? He's thinking to put the new name for this OS. Then he realized and created a name like this. Yeah, guys, what is his name? Guys, what is his name? Linus. He took the first four letters from his name. What is that? Linus. Okay, Lin. And he took the last letter from the Unix. What is that? Last letter from the Unix. So then he created as a Linux. Then he created as a Linux. Guys, understood? You guys now understood how Linux came into the picture?
Yeah.
Very good. So Linux OS. So now Linux OS came into the picture, and he released this as a open source. Open source. Guys, what is the difference between open source and commercial? Guys, yeah. And Linux, what is the diff between GUI and CLI? So what is open source and what is commercial? What is the difference between open source and the commercial? So what is open source, guys? Open source is nothing but here we need to cover 2 points. So one is a free of cost. What is that, guys? So free of cost and source code also available. What is that, guys? Source code also available. If you have the source code, okay. If you have the source code, it will be easy to. So you have a source code, right? For example, you have a Facebook code, so it will be easy to modify, right? So wherever the Facebook is, right, in that code, I modified, I replaced as a book face, and then I released as a website called it as a book face. The same like as a, if you have the code, right, it will be easy to create. It will be easy to create your own voices also based on that voice, right? Yeah, very good. So it released as a open source, commercial. All the Windows operating systems are commercial, guys. So commercial is nothing but if you want to use that OS before we can purchase the license. So if you want to use that OS before we want to purchase the Linux, then only we can use the Windows operating system. So Linux is a open source. Open source is nothing but a free of cost and source code also available. Source code also available. What is the difference between GUI and CLI? What is GUI, guys? What is GUI?
Graphical user interface.
Very good. So graphical user interface. All the Windows operating systems are graphical user interface. The OS is built up with images, something like a minimize, maximize, right? The OS is built up with the images. So it took a something like more space, more storage to install the OS. So what is CLI? CLI is nothing but a command line interface. So Windows is the GUI interface. So Linux is the command line interface. Linux is the command line interface, CLI. Okay, guys, understood? So Linux is a CLI. Linux is the popular for CLI. So why Linux is popular? Linux is portable. What is that? So Linux is the portable and it's a CLI and highly secure. So what is that, guys? It's a portable. If you want to install the Linux OS, just we need at least we need a minimum of 8 GB is enough to install the Linux OS. And it's a CLI. CLI means command line interface and it's highly secure. Okay. All the real-time applications, whenever you are seeing in the browser, right? That websites will be deployed under the most of the 90% websites will be deployed under the Linux only. Deployed under the Linux only. Websites are hosted under the Linux only because of it's a portable open source. It's a open source portable and CLI and highly secure. It's a highly secure. Okay. It's a open source. What is that, guys? It's a open source, portable, CLI, and highly secure. Yes, now understood. So, what is the difference between open source and CLI? So, open source and GUI. GUI Windows products are open source and commercial. So, all Windows products are a GUI, and the Linux is a CLI. Linux is a CLI. Guys, understood? Yeah. No. So now you understood the Linux. Now you understood the Linux. So Linux, Linus Torvald released as a Linus Torvald released as a open source. Open source. So open source means everyone can took that source code and they customized their own OS and released as a Linux OS. So for example, IBM company. Which company, guys? IBM company took that source code. IBM company took that source code and created their own OS, call it as a AX Linux OS. What is that, guys? AX Linux OS and HP company. What is that? HP company took that source code and created their own OS called as a UX Linux OS. What is that, guys? UX Linux OS. Sun Microsystems. Who is that? Sun Micro. Sun Microsystems. Sun Microsystems took that source code and created their own OS called as a Solaris. Solaris Linux. Solaris Linux OS. Okay, the same way Oracle company also took that source code and created their own OS called as a Oracle Linux. Oracle Linux OS. The same way Amazon. What is that, guys? Amazon company took that source code and created their own OS called as a Amazon Linux OS. Amazon Linux OS. The same way Red Hat INC. Which company, guys? Red Hat INC took that source code and created their own voice called as a Fedora, CentOS, Red Hat. What is this? So these are the three OSs are defined. So what is the flavor of the OS? Something like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The present version is 9. So same like as a Oracle Linux and Amazon Linux also, both are Monkey to Monkey are a copy from the Red Hat. So Red Hat. Guys, understood. So if you learn this OS, if you learn Red Hat OS, it will be easily to understand the Amazon and Oracle Linux only. Whatever the commands we are executing the CentOS or Red Hat or Fedora, the same commands will be executed on the Amazon Linux also. The same commands will be executed on the Amazon Linux also. Guys, understood? So C Linux, Ubuntu Linux, Debian company. So Debian company took that source code and created their own voice called as a Ubuntu. What is that? Ubuntu OS. The same like as a SUSE. SUSE Linux and FreeBSD. What is that, guys? FreeBSD Linux, BSD and Kali Linux, Rocky Linux, Kali Linux and Rocky Linux. So these all are the Linux flavors, guys. So in this course, so what we will learn? So we will learn so this guys. So we will learn CentOS, Red Hat, Fedora. So we are installing CentOS is the freeware. So we are installing CentOS 9. We are installing the CentOS 9 on our mission. So we are working on the CentOS Red Hat. It will be very easy, guys. So all the flavors of the Linux, the core command should be same. So it should be different from the naming convention. The functionality should be same, guys. The functional should be same, but the difference is only the naming convention. Okay. So now we understood the which Linux OS we are installing. right? What this is a Dell PowerEdge R710. This is the a multi-user operating system. So in this, how you can interact with this hardware, guys? How we can interact with this hardware? Guys, understood? Yeah. So we need a Linux. Which Linux OS we are installing? We are installing the CentOS 9. We are installing the CentOS 9. Guys, understood? So where we can install the our Linux OS, we can install the Linux OS on that physical hardware. So that physical hardware is Dell PowerEdge R71. Okay. So Dell PowerEdge R710, guys. Guys, understood? The CentOS 9. So we install the CentOS 9 OS, Linux OS on Dell PowerEdge R710 or 710. Guys, understood? Yeah. Now you understood the Dell PowerEdge. We are installing the CentOS 9. Right. Next. Yeah, guys. So this is the hard Dell PowerEdge server, and you install the OS. The OS is how you can interact with this OS, guys. CentOS 9 Linux OS is installed, and so so you have a thought, guys. You have a thought. You want to implement that. You want to deploy your application, right? So for example, this is the server. The developers. What is that? So you have a thought. You are the developer. You have a thought, and you deploy the code, and so this code is something like WhatsApp. What is called a WhatsApp or Facebook, right? fb.jar, for example, fb.java. So right, so you developed the code through Java, so definitely you need to install the Java. Okay, and which web server you are installing, you are deploying your code. So for example, Tomcat web server. Which web server, guys? Tomcat web server. So we will install this. Right. After Tomcat installation, so we need to deploy our code. So what is the code, guys? You deploy. The code is something like fb.jar or back. What is that? fb.jar. This code is fb.jar, facebook.jar. So right, you bought the server and you kept the server in the. So where you kept the server? Kept the server in our home, guys. For example, where you kept the server? You kept the server in our home. Okay, and you deployed a code. So what you provided for this? You have a one internet act internet and power. So we have a one power. So we have a one power and we have a one internet backup. So this is the Facebook, right? Initially, so the UI everything is good, and there is no power failure. There is no internet failure. So right, daily how many people? Something like a 10,000 people or 1,000 people. 10,000 people are signing up the account, right? So after 1 week, 70,000 people are actively using your website because of UI. Everything looks good, and the people are using your website, right? After seventh day onwards, every 1 hour power, the power will goes down. So that time your website will be available or not, guys. So that time it will shows the site cannot be reached. So that site cannot be reached, right? Site can't be reached. Whenever you click the facebook.com, it shows the site cannot be reached. Why the site cannot be reached? Because of your your hardware is in shutdown. Your hardware is shut down. And every 2 hours, every 2 hours, the internet will goes down and came up. Right? So that time also the site cannot be reached. That time also the site cannot be reached. So so after 1 week, the people are decreasing. The people are removing their account from the Facebook. So finally we have 20,000 people. What is it? What is it? So finally we have a 20,000 people. I need a solution for this. I need a solution for this. So what is the solution? The solution is, so my site will not will not down anyway. So what we need? So we need a internet backup and we need a power backup. So who will provide the multiple internet backups and multiple power backups? So guys, so does anyone knows what is the solution? Guys, does anyone knows what is the solution?
To
Cloud.
keep server on,
Sorry,
server on.
we need to keep the server on.
So we can host
So
it in our cloud or something like that.
yeah, cloud is one. Yeah, we can host it in our cloud or else. So where we can before the cloud, where we can keep our servers. So before the cloud also, the servers will be deployed on under somewhere, right? So where exactly? Yeah, I will tell you. So what is the solution? Who are providing the multiple internet backs and multiple internet backups and multiple internet backups, so power backups. The solution is call it as a data center. What is that, guys? Guys, what is that? Data center. So what is data center? So what is data center? So the data center provides the space, rental space to keep our server, and they are providing a 99.999% of uptime. They are providing 99.99% uptime. Is understood? So what is that? Data center. Data center. For example, in Hyderabad, control yes. Control is data centers. Okay. What is this? So this is the control is Asia's largest rated 4 data center. Okay. So this is the data center. So where we can keep our servers, we can keep our servers on the racks. What they are providing? They are providing the racks to keep our servers. To keep our servers. Guys, understood? So these are the racks. These are the racks. So we are keeping our servers in these racks. Guys, understood? Yeah, you see, these all are the servers. These are the servers. So what they are providing? They are providing the rental space to keep our servers. For example, you see guys, this is. So these all are the servers. What they are providing? They are providing the rack space to keep our servers. So what they are providing? They are providing the 24 by 7 power backup, 24 by 7 internet backup. Guys, understood? So what is data
So then
center?
what's the difference between data center and cloud provider? Cloud? That was the
Yeah,
difference.
yeah, very good. Good question. So what is the difference between a data center and cloud provider? If I start, it will go beyond that, but I will tell you. Yeah. So what data center provides? Data centers provides IaaS. So what is IaaS? Infra. So infrastructure as a service. So what they are providing? They are providing the infrastructure as a service. So here also providing the infrastructure as a service. So if you're having any issues with your servers. So you manually you need to go to the data center and resolve the issues. Manually need to go to the data center and resolve the issues. And if you keep the server, if you keep the server in the data center, if you are using or if you are not using, definitely we need to pay the money. Okay. And so what is the cloud? The cloud is the So the cloud concept. So so same like as so before how you are doing your banking transactions, how you are doing your insurance premiums, how you are doing your hospitalization, everything through manually, right? So slowly they are creating their application, web applications or a websites for the banking. So we don't need to go to the banking. We will do the transaction through online through the app. The same like as a thought comes into the Amazon company have a thoughts. So we can create a application, web application for the for connecting the infrastructure. Connecting the infrastructure that is called as a cloud. So cloud basically connecting to the data center only. Cloud basically connecting to the data center. But here everything we need to manually, we need to buy the server, we need to keep the server, we need to install the server, everything. Here we need a operation engineer or something like everyone. Right here. So this is the application. If you want to launch the instance is nothing but a server. If you want to launch the server here, right? So in one click, it will automatically create. How it will automatically create in one click? It's a predefined environment. Every cloud provider having their own data centers. What is that? A predefined environment. It's a predefined environment. Everyone, so every cloud provider having their own data centers and link up to the that application. So the AWS, the cloud having a global. So we can so a region specific. It's a region specific. If you want to launch the instance in US region, just you can connect to the console and you can select the region, you can launch the instance. Right. Here we need to go to the manually, we need to go to the data centers and we can keep our servers and we can install everything through manually. But how cloud came into picture? So they created a application for the infrastructure. They created a application for the infrastructure. Whenever you want, you can use that time only. That so pay per use basis, pay as you go. What is that? Pay as you go. So the slogan of the cloud is pay as you go. Understood? Guys, understood?
Yes, sir. Like capex opex is also a part.
Yes. So he is asking Sam, right? Sam,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
got it. Thank you.
Now you got it?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So data center. So where we are keeping our servers, we are keeping our servers in the data center only. So right. So we deployed our application, then we can connect and so there is no outage, there is no failure. So slowly the people are increasing. Slowly people are increasing. Yes, understood? Guys, any doubts? So tomorrow we'll discuss the real-time environments. Exactly where developers are working, where QA team is working, where they are testing in the QA environment. So what is the dev environment? What is QA environment? What is non-production, production? So where we can deploy our application. Guys, uh, what is that? Yeah. Guys, the task is, so what is the task is, what is the what is a website? What is the what is a static website and what is dynamic website? Guys, I will ask you tomorrow, right? What is a website and what is a static website? What is a dynamic website? Sorry, dynamic website. What is a dynamic website? Guys, what is static website and what is dynamic website? I will ask you on tomorrow. Okay? Guys, understood? Guys, any doubts?
Sir, I
Sham.
am having some doubts, but
Yeah,
not
yeah.
exactly regarding the this topic.
Hmm.
Actually, you explained very well, sir. Sir,
Hmm.
actually, will we get recording, sir?
Yeah, yeah. We will get the recordings.
Okay,
We will
actually,
get the
I
recordings.
am working, so I might not be able to join the class at this time. But so I am thinking that if I get recording, I will actually join the class. Otherwise, it
Okay.
will not be possible for me to join
Yeah, yeah,
live
yeah.
class.
So yeah, we'll provide the recordings.
Okay, sir. And second doubt is we are
Hmm.
using CentOS 9 and
Hmm.
right, sir?
Yes, yes, we are using CentOS
Yes,
9. So
yes.
why we are using CentOS 9? The Fedora, CentOS, Red Hat, Oracle Linux, Amazon Linux. If you want to learn AWS, right? If you want to learn AWS, Amazon also created their own type of OS called as a Linux OS, Amazon Linux, but they copied from the Red Hat only. So every OS is copied from the Red Hat only. That's the reason. If you know the CentOS, right, it will be easy to understand all the OSs. Yeah, duration is 30 days. Ashwin.
Sir, actually, I did RHCSA, but still, I want to learn from you, sir. It will be added knowledge, so it will be good option for me. Sir, what is your
Yeah,
suggestion?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. It will be a good, very good option.
okay, and in like your, I have seen some of other courses and your course also. You are covering maximum topics, but sir, like, will 30 days be enough, sir? Like, or
Yeah,
might
yeah.
the class?
30 days is enough. So we will cover all the topics. No worries.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Guys, any doubts?
Sir, admin
So what
level
about
also
Unix?
thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, sir. For admin level also we are completing here, right?
Yes, yes. We are completing admin level, something like so we'll discuss administration as well as the that scripting also. Self scripting also we will discuss here.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Sam?
Shell scripting is Unix.
Yeah, self scripting is Unix. Who told self scripting is Unix?
Okay.
Okay, self scripting we will discuss. So we can, so yeah, we can create that shell scripting either Unix or Linux. Unix is coming, that Linux is comes from the Unix only, right? Sham.
Okay.
If you know the
Uh,
Linux, it will be very easy to operate Unix also.
okay.
Yep. Guys, any doubts?
Apart from Unix, do you take any other course?
No, no. Here we are discussing only Linux, basics of Unix, Linux, and self scripting. So this is a 1 month program, Sham. So if you want to learn AWS or DevOps, you can. So and we have started the Docker Kubernetes with Jenkins. So from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So if you want, you can join that course.
Okay. What's the course name?
So Docker Kubernetes with Jenkins. The
Okay.
microservices deployment.
Okay.
Sir, today 8 p.m. right?
Yeah, today 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay, sir. I will try to join.
Yep, thank you.
These 30 days include including weekends or sir, only weekdays?
Only I already told you, right? Monday to Friday, the classes will be from
Okay,
Monday
okay.
to Friday.
I missed
Yeah,
maybe. Sorry, sorry.
yeah, yeah. So anybody having any doubts? So if you are good, we can drop up.
Okay, sir.
So
Bye.
yeah,
Take
we
care.
will continue from tomorrow onwards, guys. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.